Hi, welcome back to NextGen Picks. Walk into Best Buy on a Saturday afternoon and you'll see them lined up like soldiers at attention. Rows of gleaming TVs, each promising the future of home entertainment. The sales tags scream about AI processors, 4K resolution, and something called micro or GB. But here's what those tags won't tell you. While manufacturers are adding flashy new features with one hand, they're quietly yanking away the stuff that actually matters with the other. We're talking about features you paid for, features that work perfectly fine, features that cost these companies pennies per TV, and they're disappearing. Not because of technological limitations, not because consumers don't want them, but because of patent fights, licensing fees, and a business model that values a revenue over your viewing experience. This isn't speculation. This is happening right now, documented in FCC filings, Reddit threads, and the fine print of software updates you probably clicked agree on without reading. The ATSC 3.0 massacre. Let's start with the biggest casualty, over-the-air broadcast TV in 4K. LG was one of the first manufacturers to support ATSC 3.0 back in 2020. For those who don't speak TV acronyms, ATSC 3.0 is NextGen TV, the broadcast standard that brings 4K resolution, HDR, and Dolby Atmos to your antenna. No streaming subscription required, no internet needed, just free, gorgeous TV pulled out of the air. In September 2023, LG dropped a bomb in a letter to the FCC. They were suspending ATSC 3.0 support in their entire 2024 lineup, not downgrading it, not limiting it to flagship models, completely removing it. The reason? A patent dispute with a company called Constellation Designs increased the royalty cost from $3 per TV to $675. That's right, they pulled an entire feature over less than $4. One early adopter on Reddit put it bluntly, bought a 2023 LG G3 specifically for NextGen TV. Figured I was future P-proofing, now they're not even making them anymore. What happens when broadcasts switch over completely in 2027? Here's the kicker. The FCC had set a deadline of June 2027 for broadcasters to shut down old ATSC 1.0 signals. That means if you bought a 2024 or 2025 LG TV, it'll have no way to receive over-the-air broadcasts after that date without buying a separate tuner box. You're essentially paying one tune to $100 for a TV that won't pick up free broadcast signals in 3 years. LG tried to spin this as leverage, asking the FCC to intervene in the patent landscape, but the damage was done. Samsung, Sony, and Hisense haven't pulled the trigger yet, but the writing's on the wall. When the biggest TV manufacturer in the US decides a feature isn't worth $4, everyone's watching. A Walmart shopper from Michigan told her story, "I cut cable to save money." Bought a 55 in LG C4 last year thinking I'd use an antenna for local news and sports. Then I read they're dropping the tuner that makes it all work, called LG Customer Service. They basically shrugged and said, buy last year's model. The worst part, ATSC 3.0 actually delivers. We're talking broadcast TV that looks as good as Netflix with immersive audio and no buffering, but it's being strangled in its crib because a few companies can't agree on who gets paid what, and consumers are the ones left holding a TV that's already obsolete. Samsung's Dolby Vision holdout. Now let's talk about what Samsung's been doing, or rather not doing for years. Every major TV manufacturer on Earth supports Dolby Vision. LG, Sony, TCL, Hisense, even budget brands. Everyone except Samsung. Dolby Vision is dynamic HDR metadata. That's a mouthful, but here's what it means in practice. The TV adjusts brightness and color scene by scene, sometimes frame by frame, to match what the director intended. It's the difference between washed-out explosions and explosions that make you squint. It matters. Samsung refuses to pay the licensing fee. Instead, they push HDR10+, their own royalty-free alternative. And look, HDR10+ is fine. It does similar things. But here's the problem. Almost nobody uses it. Netflix didn't add HDR10+ support until March 2025. Disney Plus doesn't have it. HBO Max doesn't have it. When you fire up a Dolby Vision movie on a Samsung TV, it downgrades to basic HDR10. You're not getting what you paid for. A home theater enthusiast from Oregon explained his frustration. I spent $2,800 on a Samsung S95D OEDI, incredible TV in every way. But when I watched The Mandalorian on Disney Plus, which was mastered in Dolby Vision, I'm seeing a compressed version. It's like buying a sports car and finding out it only runs on 87 octane. Samsung's argument is that their processing is so good you won't notice the difference. And for some content, that's true. But this isn't about can you notice. It's about are you getting the full picture. When every other premium TV supports Dolby Vision, why doesn't the $3,000 Samsung? The answer is money. Dolby charges about $3 per TV. Samsung sells millions of TVs every year. That adds up. But instead of eating the cost or adding $3 to the price, they're betting consumers won't know what they're missing. And here's where it gets sneaky. Samsung co-developed HDR10 Plus specifically to avoid paying Dolby. Now they're promoting HDR10 Plus Advanced as their answer to the new Dolby Vision 2 standard. It's the same playbook. Create your own format, avoid the licensing fee, and hope content creators follow along. Except content creators already chose Dolby Vision 5 years ago. One Best Buy employee told me off the record, I can't tell you how many times someone comes back saying their new Samsung looks worse than their old LG when streaming Netflix. Then I have to explain Dolby Vision and they look at me like I'm speaking Greek. Samsung doesn't exactly advertise that their TVs are missing it. The ad invasion. Here's the thing nobody talks about when they're shopping for TVs. You're not the customer anymore. You're the product. And manufacturers are getting increasingly brazen about it. LG started rolling out screensaver ads to 2024 TVs. Then, in a move that shocked even cynical tech watchers, they pushed the ads to older models via software update. TVs from 20,000 at 20 sets people bought 4 years ago started showing commercials when idle. No warning, no opt-out that was easy to find. A Reddit user in the RC 4K TV community posted, "Updated my 2022 LG C2 last month." Now, when I pause Netflix, I get ads for cars and phones on a $1,600 TV that I own in my house. LG Ad Solutions, yes, that's the actual name of their division, bragged about 60% year-over-year growth in home screen ad placements. In November 2025, they're calling the home screen the new front page of the living room and selling it to advertisers as prime real estate. In May 2025, they announced 3D native ads for the home screen. Three-dimensional commercials on the TV you paid for. Here's what LG doesn't mention in those press releases. Every ad they show is a feature they could have put there instead. Quick access to your apps. Nope. Here's a Chevy commercial. Recent content? Sorry. Best Buy wants to sell you a soundbar. And this isn't just LG. Samsung has been quietly expanding ads in their Tizen operating system. TCL and Heinze are in on it too. The only major holdout is Sony. And even they're adding promoted content to their Google TV interface. One Costco shopper from Texas said, I bought a 65 in Hisense because it was affordable, and the picture looked great in the store. Brought it home, set it up, and the home screen is plastered with ads I can't remove. Makes my TV look cheap. Makes me feel like I'm renting it instead of owning it. The irony is suffocating. These companies removed ATSC 3.0 to avoid paying $675 in royalties, but they'll gladly turn your $1,000 TV into a billboard that makes them money every time you turn it on. What about AI? It's not what you think. Every TV announcement in 2026 mentions AI. Samsung's Vision's AI. LG's Affectionate AI. Google's Gemini integration. It all sounds impressive. But here's what they're not telling you. AI isn't replacing features you care about. It's replacing the engineers who used to hand-tune picture settings. Samsung's Vision AI companion will let you ask questions about actors while watching a movie. Cool, I guess. But you know what I can't do? Get Dolby Vision support. LG's AI will optimize tone mapping on the fly. Great. But it still won't have ATSC 3.0. And the worst part, all this AI processing requires more RAM and more powerful processors, which is driving up prices. Samsung warned in January 2026 that TV prices would surge because AI data centers are hogging all the DRAM supply. Market research firm Omdia reported that TV-specific DRAM prices increased 50% and flash memory doubled. Let me translate that. You're paying more money for features you didn't ask for, while the features you actually wanted are being stripped out to save $4. It's economic malpractice disguised as innovation. A Best Buy forum user summed it up perfectly. I don't need my TV to suggest recipes while I'm watching a cooking show. I need it to display the picture correctly. I need it to last more than 3 years. I need it to receive free broadcast TV. But apparently those things aren't AI-powered enough to matter anymore. The software scam. Let's talk about something even more insidious. Software abandonment. When you buy a $500 TV, you probably think it'll work for a decade, right? The panel itself will easily last that long. But the smart part, dead in 3 years, maybe 4. Streaming apps don't just become unsupported, they get actively removed. One day you're watching HBO Max, the next day the app's gone because the manufacturer didn't want to pay to maintain compatibility, and good luck getting firmware updates after year 3. LG and Samsung are now pushing software updates that add features nobody asked for, like ads and AI chatbots, while simultaneously ending support for older models. Your 2021 TV might stop getting security patches, making it vulnerable. But hey, at least your 2024 TV has a Copilot widget you can't remove. One frustrated customer from New York posted, "My 2019 Samsung died in September. Not the panel, the software. Apps crashed constantly. Netflix took 30 seconds to load. I looked into updating it. Samsung said my model was end of life and to buy a new TV. 4 years old. That's it." This is where the TV industry has landed. Planned obsolescence through software, not hardware. Your panel could run for 15 years, but the smart features will be a paperweight in 5, and manufacturers are fine with that because it means you'll buy another TV sooner. What you can actually do about this? Here's the bottom line. If you're shopping for a TV in 2026, you need to go in with your eyes open. The pretty features they're advertising, half of them are gimmicks. The essential features they're removing. Nobody's going to mention those during the sales pitch. If you care about over-the-air TV, buy a TV with ATSC 3.0 now before they all disappear. Samsung still has it in some models, Sony and Hisense too. Or resign yourself to buying a separate tuner box for $70 down the road. If you care about Dolby Vision, avoid Samsung entirely. I don't care how good their OLED panels are. LG, Sony, TCL, and Hisense all support it. Don't reward a company for withholding features. And for the love of everything, disable ads in your TV settings if you can. On LG, it's buried in Settings, General, Home. Settings, Home Promotion. On Samsung, it's Setting Support Terms and Policy, Uncheck Everything. It won't stop all the ads, but it'll help. Consider buying a dumb monitor instead. A 55-inch computer monitor with HDMI 2.1 and 4K resolution exists. Add a Roku or Apple TV, and you've got a smart TV without the software garbage. It costs more up front, but you're in control. Or, and this is the nuclear option, buy a TV from 3 years ago. Seriously, a 2022 LG C2 OLED still has ATSC 3.0. It doesn't have screensaver ads if you never update it, and it costs half what it did new. The picture quality hasn't magically gotten worse. You're just missing the AI upscaling that's mostly marketing anyway. The TV industry is in a weird place. They're adding features nobody needs while stripping out features everybody wants. They're turning products you own into ad platforms they control, and they're banking on you not noticing until it's too late. But now you know. And knowing means you can vote with your wallet. Buy the TV that respects you as a customer, not the one that treats you like inventory. Because if we keep rewarding this behavior, it's only going to get worse. So, here's my question for you. What feature would you refuse to give up? Is there a line in the sand where you'd walk away from a TV entirely? Drop a comment and let me know. Because manufacturers are betting we'll just accept whatever they hand us, I think they're wrong. And if you want to stay ahead of this stuff before you drop $1,000 on a TV, you'll regret. Hit subscribe NextGen Picks because this is only going to get worse before it gets better.